Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, making a big impact without a long-term commitment, we're talking to the volunteers behind Rough Life Dog Rescue about how fostering works and how you can get involved.
And if you're thinking about building your dream home or finally tackling that renovation, we're talking with the woman behind Chic Design and Build, how her team is bringing style, function, and of course fun to construction.
And make a real impact while enjoying a day on the course. We'll show you how the annual QC United Golf Tournament is helping local students reach their college dreams one swing at a time. It is Monday, June 16th, and you're watching Quad Cities Live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. Well, if you've ever wished for a place where creativity and imagination come to life, well, look no further than Skinderella's Wonderland Art Collective.
From vibrant gallery walls to hands-on classes for kids, this unique space is the vision of an artist who brings her background and energy to every brushstroke. And today we're thrilled to welcome artist and owner Erin Casey. Erin, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we're already having so much fun with you.
Yeah, look, I mean, thank you for bringing all this art with us,
you're
too.
welcome.
Yeah, can't wait to dive in.
This place is transformed. It looks fabulous.
Yeah.
I can understand why people just rave about you.
Yeah.
Everything that people have been saying online. Okay, so let's kind of start at the beginning.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, so I actually am a transplant here to Iowa. I've been here about 10 months.
Welcome.
Moved here from Huntington Beach, California. Hi,
Wow.
everybody. Huntington.
Yeah.
Missing the weather a little bit.
Culture shock.
Yes, yeah, not too much.
Yeah.
But over there, I started as a tattoo artist, and then when I had my daughter, I kind of veered away from that a little bit.
Yeah.
Started volunteering at her school, teaching the art lessons. Then started working at her school, teaching the art lessons. Wow. And then my husband got a job over here, and we packed up and drove over.
That's
and
amazing.
my daughter politely said, "Mom, can you not teach at my school?"
Oh.
When we get there.
At least she was polite.
I think she was. Yeah, she was very
Sounds
polite
like
about it.
somebody I
Yeah,
know.
so I said, "Okay, well, I'll just open my own gallery then." So that's what I did. It's like a gallery in the front, school in the back.
And here we are. So I want to talk more about that transition from being a tattoo artist to an elementary school teacher. Obviously, elementary art school teacher. Obviously, tattoo is its own form of art. But what was that transition like for you? And what made you decide to go into teaching?
So when my daughter started school, I kind of just wanted to be home more, to be more involved with what she was doing. And I wanted to be room mom, and I wanted to just be there for everything.
Yeah.
And so after a few of the art lessons at school, word got around like, "Oh, Miss Erin, she's a pretty good artist." I was, yeah, it's what I do. So I ended up doing a mural at the school at Newland Elementary, and then I did another mural, and then they hired me to run the art program. And so I said, okay, this is way more fun working with kids, way more rewarding. And then I saw how much they were enjoying the program and enjoying actually learning how to draw when they didn't really even realize they were learning something.
Yeah, that's how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's some of the teachers would come to me and go, look what Piper just drew. I'm like, oh my gosh, I taught her that.
That's
so it just was so incredibly rewarding. I was like, that's my path. That's where I got to go.
Inspiring the future with
I
art.
know. I just love the story.
Yeah.
I love the background story.
Yeah.
So describe your art style for us. We were talking just before the show started, and yes, big, bold, vibrant colors.
Pops out at you.
Really
I like using vibrant colors, bold colors. It's a little bit edgy because of just life's experiences. Sometimes you paint what you're feeling, and sometimes you can feel pretty, but inside you're just feeling really tough and ready to take on the world. And so a lot of the paintings are like that.
Yeah.
Can I talk about this piece really quick?
Yeah,
let's do it.
So this particular piece, this is really, really near and dear to me because last year prior to us moving, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And so this piece I painted while I was going through that fight. You paint your emotions and stuff, and this kind of represents how everybody's in the background, cheering you on, saying, "You got this, you got this, you got this." You look normal, you look the same, but inside you're really sad, and it's very, very heavy to get through. And thankfully, I made it through, and so a lot of the pieces have stories like that attached to them, but this one obviously my most important. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
Thank
just a
you.
way.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. And it sounds like you put a lot of your own personal style and personal experience and stories in your art. So we can catch your art pieces at your gallery in LeClaire. So I mean, you said you've been here for 10 months. I mean, you hit the ground running when you came.
I did, and I've only been open 4 weeks, and we're busy. We have classes filled. We have all kinds of stuff I'm doing over the summer for the kids, and like art shows, and you name it, I'm down to do it.
Talk more about the space there in LeClaire.
The space in LeClaire is beautiful. So it used to be a salon, and then they moved out and I moved in, and I spent about 600 hours painting the inside of this space.
600 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Picking out colors. You know, my daughter and I, we went to Home Depot and took those like little swatches and said,
oh, sure.
Which colors do you like?
That's the fun part.
She picked out like 100 of them. I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to work in all these colors.
Look
but you
at
can
that.
see a lot of this stuff is inspired by Alice in Wonderland, the ride in California. There's my daughter working on a painting in there.
Cute.
And so I just wanted to use really, really bright colors and make it very happy so that when people walked in, they couldn't help but get a smile on their face.
Yeah.
And make it warm and inviting for kids and inspiring too. They can kind of come in and look around and then go home and say, I want to try to draw that was in the studio. You know?
Yeah.
So
that is very cool. Okay, so one of our questions for you was really what sets you apart, what makes your gallery different from others. But I think that's very clear.
Yes.
With this, even beyond how beautifully you have all decorated this, but with that classroom aspect, I think oftentimes we find a gallery that's just a gallery that may invite people in for different workshops, but you have really had that in your mind from the start.
Yes. Yeah, in a lot of galleries you go and you have to be quiet, and kids don't want to be quiet, and they shouldn't have to, you know, so they can come in. I tell them all, my gallery is your gallery, be as loud as you want, you know, we don't have to be quiet in here.
Oh, that's great. So you welcome everyone, and obviously you're very passionate about art, very passionate about teaching. I mean, we've learned that in just the 10 minutes we've been talking to you. So talk more about the classes. I know you offer some camps this summer for kids.
Yes, so I have weekly classes. I have 6-week classes, and they're separated by age groups, and then they teach basically one of the elements of art. Like I'll teach them the element of color. They'll get one of these pages. They fill it in. I teach them about
like
the
beautiful.
elements of
I'm
color.
sorry.
That catches your attention too,
Yeah, I'm like, wow, can I frame that?
And then I do like little doodle pages for them. So I'll give them these 2 pages, and I'll let them kind of compose their own painting to create a watercolor painting.
Oh, look at that.
So they choose their own houses and backgrounds, and so a lot of my lessons are like that because I want to encourage them to make it their own piece. I don't want them to just copy what I've drawn or what I've painted. Anybody that comes into any of my classes, even the paint and sip nights, I always encourage people to make it their own. So, so this helps with creativity and stuff like that, and I really like to see how I can show them this and then everybody else's is different and they're all beautiful. And that's the other thing too, is I really try to teach them that everybody can be an artist.
Absolutely.
Everybody can do it. Yeah.
Okay, and you spoke about paint and sip classes. So those classes geared more toward kids.
These are the kids' classes.
You do stuff geared towards adults as well, apparently.
Yes, on the calendar, I do have a calendar on the website that shows all of the art events coming up, all of the classes coming up. It's all on WonderlandArtCollective.com.
Okay, I looked it up. Muffins with Mom. It sounds so cute.
Ooh.
Yes, we're going to be doing some really cute little handprint art. I've done a lot of that, but being at an elementary school.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's going to be really fun. We're getting muffins provided by Shelly Sweets next door, so that's going to be fun. And then we're doing a slime class series.
Oh boy,
so we're teaching them how to make really cool looking slime. And
and then
I have a couple of paint nights on there. We're painting this cow.
How cute.
Yeah, you guys should come in.
That is adorable. And that's perfect for like one of your first events here in the Midwest.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with all the wildlife out here. It's awesome. I want to stop and pet all the cows.
And one thing I will say too before we let you go is I think one thing that's very cool about your art is you can tell that your background is in tattoo art.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
You know, it really does translate, and I think that's so cool because I think tattoos as well are becoming such an art form. I mean, more so in like the last 10 years than ever before.
For sure.
And I think it really translates for you on canvas, and it just it sets you apart. It's very unique.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very cool. Okay, where do people find you?
Okay, so
I
am at 110 South Cody Road. I don't know which camera to look at. Which
no,
one?
you can just look at us.
Yeah, you're good. I guess we neglected to tell her. We're having so much fun.
We'll have it on the screen.
There we go.
Right there.
Yes, 110 South Cody Road in LeClaire, Iowa.
Okay, perfect. We've got the phone number there if you want to give her a call. And of course, the website. You can take a look at that full calendar of events on there. Very easy. Yeah, thank you so much.
Erin, this is great.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate you as well. Well, coming up on Quad Cities Live, a local dog rescue making a big impact. Plus, we'll get to meet an adoptable pup who's looking for her forever home. See you in a few.
Since 2016, Rough Life Dog Rescue has helped more than 400 dogs find their forever homes, and it's all thanks to a network of hardworking volunteers and foster families.
Yes, Jessica Smith is with the organization, and she joins us now, and she's brought a very adorable, adoptable friend that we are about to meet. But first, Jessica, welcome and thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, of course, and thank you for bringing this adorable dog. Let's see her. Oh, we can't see her yet, but you know she was just jumping all around.
Hey,
We've got Lucy Goosey in the house.
There you are.
There she is. Yes, see, there she is.
You're such a good girl. She is so sweet.
She's so sweet.
Tell us a little bit about her personality, what she's like.
Lucy Goosey, she's about 1.5 years old, about 45 pounds.
Look at her.
She's a sweet girl. She loves to snuggle on the couch. She loves to sunbathe outside. She gets along really well with kids and other dogs. I don't know that she's been cat tested yet, but she is an overall really friendly dog, just loves all kinds of people and attention.
I mean, every single person that's walked into the studio, I mean, she has like darted toward them with that wiggling tail.
Yeah.
So, Lucy's in a foster home right now, right?
She is, yep. All of our dogs are foster home based.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about how Rough Life got started.
Yeah.
2016, so you guys have been going for about 9 years now.
Yes, so we were started in 2016. We took in our first dog at the beginning of 2017, and since then we've had over 400 dogs come through our rescue. Wow. We're foster based, so we're not in a facility. So what that means is that all of the dogs that come to us stay in a home with people like yourselves. It costs no money to foster. We pay for all the food, all the vet care. You just have to open your home and love an animal and let them live with you until they find their forever home.
Oh, wow, so cute. And we are seeing photos on the screen right now. Of course, that one's of our sweet Lucy Goosey. Yep. There's a couple pups there.
That's Millie and Tilly. They just came in.
Tilly.
Yeah, they're litter mates, so they just came in. They've gotten a couple applications already, of course, because look how cute they are.
They're adorable.
All cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so you kind of already talked a little bit about how, you know, this works for you guys, really not having like a physical building and just using fosters. Talk a little bit more about the advantages and disadvantages of that, and just stuff that people should know about the way that you guys work all as a rescue.
Yeah, so I think one of the disadvantages is that we are definitely run by volunteers and we are not funded by anybody. We run off of donations. Yep. So everything we do is on our free time. We all work full-time jobs as well, and then do this in our free time and spare time, and it's just something that we love. We don't get paid to do it. So that's one of the disadvantages, but I really think when you get a foster dog that's been in a home, you have more of an idea of what their personality is like, their likes and dislikes. They've also had a lot more training. Our fosters are really good about walking them on leashes, working on sit-stays, and they do a lot of things like that while they're in the foster home that unfortunately with a shelter they don't get that one-on-one attention.
This is the perfect time to mention that she is a sweet, a heart-shaped spot on
her tummy.
On her tummy.
There it is.
And there it is right there.
Yeah.
It's so perfect for her.
She's got a lot of love to give.
Sweetheart.
She does.
So, you know, we mentioned toward the top that you've rescued more than 400 dogs in the last 8 years, and you know, you're really hitting home that, I mean, you all have full-time jobs, so you're all volunteers, so you guys make a huge impact.
Thank you. Yeah, we only have 4 dogs right now in our rescue because there is a lack of foster homes, so we definitely need more of them.
Okay, so talk a little bit about what fostering entails. You already said you guys got everything covered as far as if the animals need medications, food, and all of that stuff. So really, what should a foster family expect then after that?
So what you do is you put in an application. You can find the information on our Facebook page, and you put in the application. It calls for a couple of references, so we'll call friends, families. If you have animals, we'll call your vet just to make sure. Any animals that are in the home do have to be spayed or neutered and up to date on vaccines. So we want to keep everybody safe. And then from that, you get a say in who comes into your home. So you kind of get a selection. We'll send you, we pull a lot of dogs from down south or from this one. Lucy is from the Scott County Humane Society because they've reached capacity. So they reached out to us to help. And they get a say. So like people will specify if they want smaller dogs, bigger dogs, boy dogs, girl dogs, kind of whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys facilitate a lot.
We try to be accommodating because they're coming into your house. So we want them to fit in well. We want them to be a good fit.
Wow.
All right. So obviously as a nonprofit, you're always looking to make ways to get money. So you've got an ice cream social coming up down at Poor Bros in Moline, right? That's coming up this Saturday?
Yes, this Saturday from 1 to 4.
Okay.
There will be a photographer there doing ice cream sessions with dogs, and Poor Bros has been a really good partner with us. They've hosted us a couple times. They're really great with dogs.
They do. They're fabulous with that, with fundraising efforts. And then a golf outing as well on the very same day.
Yes.
You guys are busy.
We are busy, yes. Thankfully, we have a volunteer who's working the Poor Bros event for us so that all of the board members can be out at the golf event, because that's a lot of hands on deck. So.
Okay, it is. So can people still sign up to be part of that, or are there ways that they can support?
They can message us on Facebook, and we can talk to them about if there's space available, and there are always ways to support. We are always accepting donations, but of course always looking for foster homes too.
And would you say, we've got the Facebook page up right now, that this is just a really great way for folks to stay up to date when it comes to either figuring out what kind of pups you have, or ways that they can support. This is really like kind of the #1 way that you guys update.
Yeah, that's how we facilitate everything. We have a special album that says Dogs in Rescue, and so those are dogs that might be going through treatment, whether it be heartworm treatment or maybe they're getting spayed or neutered. They're not quite available for adoption. And then we have a separate album that says available for adoption, and so those dogs are ready to go whenever. The link to foster and the link to put in an adoption application are on our Facebook as well.
Okay.
And we're pretty active on there, posting and updating things as well as time goes. So
wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jessica, and thank you, Lucy Goosey.
Thank you, Lucy. You did a great job. She likes the cold floor.
Yes, she does.
Sweetheart.
Calming down.
Very sweet. All right, well, thank you so much. Still to come on QCL, from blueprint to breathtaking. We'll meet the female builder shaking up the remodeling world and helping homeowners reimagine their spaces one project at a time.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Whether you're dreaming of a fresh renovation or ready to break ground on a brand new home, having the right builder can make all the difference. And one local business is proving that design and construction can be stylish and stress-free and even a lot of fun. We're joined today by Janessa Ormsby, the powerhouse behind Chic Design and Build, a full-service remodeling and home building firm. Janessa, welcome back.
Thanks, Morgan. It's great to be here.
Yes, I'm so happy to have you back. Your story is super inspiring, I feel, for all kinds of folks either breaking into this business, especially women. So just give us a little background on you for anyone who missed you last year when you were on the show. How did you get into the home building business?
Well, it really was not my plan, but I did start in design, as a lot of women do, and actually out of necessity of property that we purchased, that we were updating, renovating. My husband and I were doing it together, found that we couldn't renovate it. We needed to tear it down and build a new one, a new house on that lot. And he was taking his company from from residential to commercial masonry. And he's like, I don't have time to do this. Like, I need you to learn new construction.
Oh,
and so,
how about that?
Yep, sometimes businesses are built out of necessity. And I found that I loved it. And just having the ability to take someone who's working in the home, you know, a lot and using it at home, and be able to combine the function that we need and the aesthetics that we want into one has just become something really cool.
Yeah, it's like problem solving, you know, but beautiful and pretty, you know, it's like a puzzle. So talk a little bit about what you think kind of sets you all apart at Chic Design and Build, just from other companies.
I think a lot of it is diversity. Being able to have both females and males working together in the industry and in our company has created, just like we were saying a minute ago, the availability to have something that's really functional but also really beautiful, and just creating spaces that solve all of your day-to-day problems. Like, that's actually a perfect example. That is something I designed on my own and created, was that laundry room you saw?
Yes.
So like, it's a whole system where your washer and dryer sit there in those cavities, and underneath it you've got the pull-outs for your baskets and all the storage, and everything's just surrounding you exactly how you need it to be, to make it fast and easy on things that we have to do but maybe don't feel like we want to do.
Well, and you know what, I don't want anyone to come at me, but I do feel like women can provide that very unique perspective, especially when it comes to like the interior, the home remodeling. I mean, you just showed the example of the laundry room. And I mean, let's face it, like a lot of us are using those spaces a lot. So your perspective and, you know, other women and having both, you know, sitting at the same table and talking about those things is just beneficial to the client.
Absolutely. There's a need for both in the design and build phases.
All
of the home.
Perspectives, right? You need all perspectives. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your projects, maybe some that you're working on now or some that you've completed, which of course we just saw a bunch of really cool pictures.
Yeah, some of the ones you just saw were of a model home that we created to put in the parade this year.
Oh, nice.
Which turned out amazing.
Good.
It was just really great to have an opportunity for potential clients to come through, see up close and personal the level of craftsmanship and quality in the houses that we build. So loved having that. And then our company has been growing pretty rapidly, adding new team members
Wonderful.
and new project managers. And we are starting a new line within Chic Design and Build for affordable housing.
Okay.
So although I love the high-end custom homes, we also want to do something more in a mid-range that has easily customizable with the chic design features that everybody loves, but in
a different price
point. In a different price point. So we'll be taking off with that this year.
That's exciting. Yeah. That's very exciting for a lot of people to hear. Okay, something we really want to get to today is that you are participating in the Professional Women in Building event that is coming up tomorrow. So mark your calendars, put it in your phone, because this is really a first of its kind opportunity for our area.
Yes.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it. It's all about creating a new council.
Yes, it is. So within the National Home Builders Association, you have the chapter of the Quad City Remodelers and Home Builders, right? And then even within that, we are now doing the Professional Women in Building.
Yeah.
So the idea is to create a space for women in the industry to be able to collaborate with each other and also to have mentors. When I started out, I couldn't find anybody who wanted to share their trade secrets with me or help me through the process doing something I'd never done before.
Just answering questions, Yeah.
And so I want to be able to provide that for other women as they come into the industry and as they grow their own businesses.
Yeah, okay, well, here's the info for anyone who wants to participate. It is tomorrow. It does begin at 5:30. It's at Seifert Building Supplies, which is way west there on Kimberly Road. We have the information at the bottom of your screen if you need it. But it sounds like a very cool event. Janessa, who is this for? Because this is not just for builders like you. This is really anybody that has a hand in any type of home, anything, buying, selling, financing.
Yes.
Okay.
Very true. So as far as I know, I'm potentially the only woman builder, correct me anybody if you're wrong out there, in the Quad City area. So it's not, it's the whole industry in and of itself. So realtors, brokers.
That's good to know.
Painters, you know, there's so many facets within the industry.
Yeah, and you can all help each other.
Yeah, and we can. And it's creating a network to be able to do that, to help one another. And I do want to say, the event tomorrow, we've already got all our SVPs closed in for, so it's kind of just the preliminary one anyway for choosing our chairman and such, but we'll have many more coming up, and just reaching out to QCBR would be the way to get connected.
Wonderful. Okay, great advice. Thank you so much. And if you're watching, you want to learn more about the variety of options for your home, or to contact Janessa for a consultation, just visit the website chicdesignandbuild.com. As always, a pleasure, Janessa. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And still to come in our second half hour, whether you are getting ready to sell or just settling in, the Handy at Home Workshop Series is offering a game-changing tips to get the most from your home and your money. Plus, it's more than a game, it is making a difference. Find out how your next round of golf could help support local scholarships in a big way.
And some of you may be noticing the darkening skies off to the north and west, even areas in Daviess County. Galena, you're likely seeing a little bit of rain. We're tracking these storms here heading into the evening hours. We'll let you know if there's a severe threat tied to them and talk about a couple first alert days ahead coming up in your first alert forecast in the next half hour of Quad Cities Live.
Accurate and reliable. This is your first alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Well, it has certainly felt like summer outside today. We've got the warmth, we've got the humidity, and yes, we're tracking even a few storms out there. We can see on our Everywhere Camera Network some dark skies there in Dubuque as some rain has popped up in the area, but everywhere else we're generally on the dry side. Got those towering clouds on our sky view noted there in Davenport, looking off to the north and east, and we are tracking some rain on First Alert Live Doppler radar. You can certainly see a few showers trying to pop up maybe north of I-80 there in portions of Henry and Bureau County there in Illinois. We also have a shower with maybe some brief heavy rain popping up pretty much right over Galena there. We are seeing on Highway 20 that heavy shower, maybe a bolt of lightning popping up there just north of town. So we'll continue to track these off to the east. But also what we've been tracking is this line of storms. I was telling you at noon these were going to continue to track to the southeast, likely not severe, and that's what we're seeing right now. But what is concerning is that we see this bowing segment here. So there certainly could be some 30 to 40, maybe 50 mile per hour wind gusts as these continue to track off to the south and east. This will be in Solon around 346. Maquoketa heads up to you 357. Tipton at 401. So just off the top of the hour, this will be moving into the TV6 viewing area. Look for this to be in West Branch around 414, Grand Mound 417, and about 425 in DeWitt. So again, the main threat with these are going to be very heavy rainfall, some thunder and lightning, and maybe some gusty wind. The overall severe threat is pretty low. So that's the good news here moving forward. But notice it's very active here off to our west. Complex west of Sioux City of some severe weather. We've also got tornado warnings here off to the north in portions of northern Minnesota and portions of Minnesota under that level 3 risk of severe weather. Notice here at home, it is a level 1 risk, and it's northwest of the Quad Cities. So again, severe risk overall tonight is low. Tomorrow we'll see kind of an uptick in that potential of severe weather. Not a widespread outbreak, but a level 1 to level 2 risk of severe weather, and that will shift off to the east of the Mississippi River here heading into Wednesday. So lots of weather to keep track of. We've got first alert days in effect Tuesday and Wednesday for that potential of severe weather. Your primary threat's going to be damaging wind and large hail along with some heavy rainfall. So again, you don't have to have a storm to be severe to have that heavy rainfall, because any storm we get is really going to take advantage of that atmosphere. So we're watching those storms to the northwest carefully. If they do get in here between 5 and 7, could see a couple of showers. Otherwise, we're dry overnight with temperatures in the upper 60s. Notice tomorrow we'll get temperatures back in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, and we will see off and on chances for some scattered storms, especially heading into the afternoon. So exact track, again, watch the news tonight. We'll be continuing to track those storms. Later tonight, overnight before daybreak tomorrow, we'll see a decaying area of showers and storms move in. Otherwise, we're dry here with those southerly winds warming those temperatures up very quickly. Pop-up showers, isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon. More storms possible here late afternoon and into the overnight. And again, all of these need to be watched for that potential of severe weather. Teresa Bryant is taking over the latest data, looking over the latest data. We'll have the timing of those storms Tuesday night into Wednesday coming up on your news at 4. But after we get through these storm chances by midweek, we'll be tracking a hot and humid weekend with highs in the 90s.
Whether you are planning to sell your home or just want to make the most of the space you're in, knowing how and when to make smart home updates can make a big difference. The final Handy at Home workshop in the series is coming up on Monday, June 23rd, and it's all about value boosting updates and financing. Here to tell us about it is Jan Stouffer from the Butterworth Center and Dear Wyman House, as usual. Jan, welcome back.
Well, thank you.
Yes, this is exciting. This is really kind of culminated. We mentioned this is the final session in this specific Handy at Home series. So talk a little bit about this one specifically and what makes it a little bit more unique than the others.
Right. Well, so this whole series we've been teaching our participants how to do their own home improvement projects, or get to a point where they hand it off to a contractor. In this session, we're going to teach them about what types of improvements they should make on their home, how to finance it, how to project manage it, what programs are out there to help them finance it so that they can plan for their future in that house.
Okay, wonderful. And this is kind of what a learning space would look like, at least throughout the series when they were learning how to do wiring and different plumbing things. But this specific event, it includes a full lineup of real world experts. So talk a little bit about some of the folks that are going to be coming and speaking to participants.
Yes, we have a realtor coming in who is going to be talking about what types of home improvements projects you might want to take on or consider if you want to boost the value of your property.
Oh, that's a good one.
But there's also maybe you want this whatever improvement, but it's not maybe going to get you the money that you want. So how to make those choices. We have a banker coming in who will talk about the different types of loans, lines of credit that might be available to a property owner to make those big investments in their property.
Yeah.
And then KJ Whitley from the City of Moline will be in to talk about first-time home buyers programs as well as homeowners assistance programs for repairs.
Okay, that is wonderful. And yours truly,
I know.
and by that I mean you, Jan, not me, you will be speaking and really about project management.
Right.
Okay, so kind of explain what that means. This is staying on task type of stuff, right? And staying on budget.
Right. I want to share the tips that I've learned as in my position at the Butterworth Center in Deer Wyman House about how I manage a project, identify, troubleshoot, define the scope of work, send out a request for proposal or a request for qualifications, vet, and then what is it like to develop a relationship with a contractor or a vendor that you trust so that you know that they're your person going forward.
I mean, this is all like really incredible, amazing information, and I only say that because I've been through the home buying process and home selling process a couple of times, and you truly sometimes really don't know what kind of information is coming at you, and you don't feel like necessarily you have a lot of time or space to ask questions of these other professionals. It's not like every day where you're trying to figure out how to finance something or get pre-approved for something, or try and figure out how you're going to pay for the new windows and what options you have. So this is just a really special opportunity, I feel like, where participants can learn a lot and ask all their questions.
I think so. We're going to have a number of experts, all women, by the way, which I was kind of coincidental and lovely, who can be the expert to answer those hard questions, things that you think you should know as an adult, and maybe you haven't had opportunity because that's not your field, that's not what you deal with all the time. And these are folks who are in it every single day and
they live it.
Can help you out.
They can help you out with any questions that you may have. Okay, wonderful. Well, this series, as we wrap it up with Jan, it started several months ago, as we mentioned, with all kinds of different topics. I have to ask, I mean, what has the response been from people who've participated? Because it seems like this has actually been very handy.
It has. One of the things that repeat participants, somebody who's come to multiple classes, has said was that he has the confidence to take on some of these projects, and then he goes and he tries it and he comes back and reports back his success, what he learned, how he can do it differently the next time. So it's been wonderful.
It has been wonderful. Well, it's been wonderful having you on the show and sharing all this information. The Value Boosting Updates and Financing Workshop, it is set for this coming Monday, so not today, but next week, June 23rd, from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Deer Wyman Carriage House. That's on 11th in Moline, 11th Avenue, a different location from some of the other workshops. To register, just call the number on your screen or visit the website, molinecdc.org. Again, Jan, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it. Yes,
thank you.
Lots and lots. Okay, just ahead, grab your clubs and get ready to swing for a cause. How a local golf tournament is helping send students to college. That's next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, it's time to dust off those clubs and tee up for a great cause.
Yeah, QC United is back with its 25th annual Swing into Education golf tournament, combining fun on the fairway with a mission that really matters. Joining us from QC United is Ruben Moore, the founder of this actual tournament. Ruben, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Well, absolutely, anytime. So first of all, tell us a little bit about this milestone event. Talk about how it got started now 25 years ago. Amazing.
25 years ago, I came up with an idea to help kids go to college. That's because I work in the school system now. I saw they needed a little help. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I said and thought about it. I said, I'm going to start a golf tournament. Didn't know nothing about a golf tournament. Don't play golf. But
you wanted to do it, though.
I wanted to do it. So
put your mind to it.
I got a couple of my friends who play golf. They never put one on, but they knew how to play. And we started right there.
Wow.
And here you are, a quarter of a century later.
25 years later.
Amazing.
Talk about the goals for the big anniversary here.
Well, it's 25 years to start with. And it looked like we're going to be hitting 150 kids that got scholarships.
Wow.
It looks like it's going to be around 240,000 that we've given away it's a very small group. I mean, I would say 3 or 4 people, and the rest of the people come and help us make it work. But it's been a joyous occasion for me to get 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
kind of explain how the money raised supports students in scholarships. Like, how does that all work, and how are students chosen? As you just mentioned, when this is all said and done, you will have raised over $200,000, which is very
incredible.
Incredible, very big deal.
Well, we start with the same premises that the schools do. So we have the kids go online, fill out the applications.
Okay.
So they go online, they fill out the applications, they put the necessary requirements on the paper, they fill it out that way. Then someone comes and picks them.
Okay.
And then what we do, we have the golf tournament, and we try to raise as much as we can to give it to them. And so usually until when the pandemic came, we kind of cut back over, and we're back to normal now.
Yeah.
But when the kids when the kids show up, we want them to show up. We want the golfers to see them. We want them to sit down and laugh and joke with the golfers and explain to them what colleges they're going to, what degrees they're trying to get.
Get to know them. Get to know them a little bit.
Like, I get to know them because I work with them in the school system, so I get to know them.
Yeah.
But the golfers get to know them because I bring them every year. They tell them what they're going to go into, and then we have very few kids who, when they graduate, they come back and help out.
Yeah,
which I appreciate from each and every one of them.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah, making a difference in their lives for sure. So talk about a new scholarship that you have this year.
Well, I didn't know anything about that until yesterday.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
this is news to all of us.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I have to say, what I had written in our notes is, tell us about this new foundation that's honoring Reuben Moore.
I should have just stuck with it.
It's because we weren't sure if you were coming to be interviewed today. What has that meant to you that they're starting something in your name honoring you?
Incredible.
I think it's great. I wasn't looking for it. And I just found out
Something
that
tells me you're not lying. Yeah.
I just found out about that that's what they want to do, and I said, go ahead on if you want to do it. You know what I mean? So we talked to some of my past students. They go, yeah, you need to do it. You know what I mean? And so we're going to do our first one this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be happy, take pictures with the young person, and
hey, we love the honesty.
Do what I do all the time.
I mean, the important part is that this is going to be a scholarship, and this is going to benefit a kid. So that's awesome. So
and it'll be in my name. From now on, I guess.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
That is wonderful.
The first one and more to come.
And I also wanted to congratulate you on your recent retirement. Correct?
Oh yeah.
So a big party. I know there's a big party thrown for you. You've really impacted students. Professionals within the school district quite a bit. I mean, that's got to feel really good.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed the party. Was really nice. It was some of my past students showed up and they sang and shook my hand and told me what I'd done for them. Of course, I'm still trying to figure out what I'd done for them, but they say what I'd done for them. You know what I mean? They should know.
Okay.
And so a couple of them work right here in the building.
That's wonderful.
Well, we want to talk more about the nonprofit QC United, and we want to talk about Pete the Purple Bowl, because I mean, will he be making an appearance at the golf tournament?
I don't know if it's real hot. No, he wouldn't.
No, I understand that. Yes,
I love how honest Reuben is. He's like, you know what?
Yeah, but he's played a big part in your organization, helping.
Oh yeah, he's been the bullying bull. We've taken him around the schools. And parades, and a lot of people know him. He has a book, and he had a play. He had a play, 2 plays. He had one in Rock Island and one in Davenport.
Wonderful.
At the school system backed him, so he's been around a little bit. For Pete's sake, don't bully.
For Pete's sake, don't bully. And whether he's able to make it in his big purple suit or not, the tournament is going to be fabulous. So before we let you go for today, people can still sign up for this.
Yes, they can.
Okay, and what can they expect throughout the day? Obviously a little golf, but there's going to be all kinds of food.
They got all kind of food, all kind of games. It's really, we call it the small big golf tournament.
Yeah.
We have all the stuff that the big guys got, but it's just smaller group of guys, you know. We have the whole sponsors for $5,000. We have all the amenities that the big golfers have.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. It's not as expensive. So they'll come in, Famous Dave feeds them all, so they all happy about that.
There you go, 19th hole, right?
Yeah. The 19th hole, Famous Dave has been there, and they love Famous Dave. So it's been a lot of fun for us, and it's going to be a lot more fun. So
good.
All right, yeah, sounds like a great time. Well, the Swing Into Education Golf Tournament is happening this Friday, June 20th. It's at Duck Creek Golf Course in Davenport. Shotgun starts at noon. You can find more information online at qcunited.org. And yes, it will be a hot one, so maybe we won't see Pete, but still such a great cause and all the great work that you do in our community. We thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, up next on Quad Cities Live, we will share our wins of the weekend, including some Father's Day fun.
All right, it's time now for our Monday wins of the weekend. Yours, of course, very special.
Yeah.
A happy belated Father's Day to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I spent the weekend with my kids.
Yeah.
Really had a very eventful day yesterday. Started out with gifts picked out by my kids mostly. My wife got me that little mug. It's of the I-74 bridge. Shout out to Tammy Mudka. She takes her photos that she took and makes all sorts of memorabilia out of it. So I got that, and then got some Reese's peanut butter cups, some sunglasses, and that little button underneath where it says Dad. That's a birthday button that Carson
We're
picked out
almost
for
there,
me. So
right?
We're almost there. A few more
July
weeks.
1st.
July 1st. Yep, you got it. You remembered.
Yeah.
And then my kids took me to the trampoline park, and yes, that's for them, but I love it just.
You love it?
I love the trampoline.
The foam pit
park.
is
It's so
unbeatable.
Much fun. It's so much fun. So we had a blast. Got to see my dad as well. So
Yeah.
overall, a really, really great day with my three little munchkins.
Well, good. That is
Yeah.
perfect. I'm going to try and explain my win of the weekend in
This is great,
less than
too.
a minute. Speaking of dads, so I dressed up like one. No, we had a Dateline murder mystery birthday party for a friend, Angie. So I dressed as Keith Morrison from Dateline. And my friend, my best friend Gretchen, is Andrea Canning.
This is great.
Even the
I love this.
appetizers, we had to make the appetizers
Which one
all
did you
look
make?
like evidence. The
Yeah.
pretzels that are dipped in white chocolate and they look like cigarettes.
Yep, perfect.
Terrible, truly.
No.
Evidence bags, like the whole thing. And we had to act out this whole murder mystery.
Yeah.
And it was,
I mean, you nailed it.
Thank you so much.
You nailed it.
I really commit to the
that's
bit.
so funny. You do.
And anytime I'm invited to do a bit, I commit. So
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So yeah, happy birthday, Angie.
Yes.
For those that know and love her. And yeah, I had a great time. So it was wonderful.
Fun weekend all around.
It was a fun weekend. Yeah, all around. All right, thank you so much for watching Quad Cities Live.
Your news at 4 with Marshall Lenz coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow.